Hey, what's up, man? I appreciate you taking the time out with me today. How's it going?
It's good, just getting into the camp and getting ready to go.
Yeah, man, that's very short notice. I kind of wanted to get, how's your emotions going, coming into this fight, arguably one of the biggest fights of your career.
Uh, I had a pretty hard last camp, like training wise, because it was 5 rounds. I was prepared for 5 rounds, so I didn't lose too much in the time I had off. I was still training a little bit, so just jumping right back into it. My face is all healed up, so I'm ready to go.
Yeah, man, you went to war in that last fight against Austin Lingo, and what did you take away from that win? Right, you went against a UFC veteran, you went toe to toe with him, you looked fantastic, and he had some good early rounds, but you were able to take it to him and really war on him, and Lingo is that kind of guy that loves those type of fights, but you brought it to him and you were able to take him out. And I want to know what kind of you took away from that.
That I'm just ready for it. Like if I can compete with a guy like that and bang with him, I can bang with anybody up there in the featherweight division, honestly. So I got my shot. I'm gonna show him September 24th because I'm fighting another guy that's pretty similar to him. A lot of knockouts, hits pretty hard. He's not as tall as him, might be a little shorter, but probably be the same type of fight. Work on some things, move my head a little bit maybe this time, and we'll see how it goes.
So how did the opportunity present itself? Like how long ago did you get the call? And were you just like, doesn't really matter. I don't care how much time it is. Let's go.
Yeah, I told my management, after that fight, if they can get me in, I'll take it. I would take it the day after my last fight, is what I told them. So I was ready to go. So no matter what the circumstances were, don't care if I'm hurt, sick, but if they call, I'm going to show, and that's what I'm going to do. They called, so this is my opportunity, and I'm going to show up and do exactly what I said.
Yeah. Did you know much about your opponent coming in, on short notice? Do you know anything about him?
Nah, I never heard of him, but which is mostly the case with me. Like I don't really like keep up with the regional guys as much. But I mean, he's not really a regional guy, I guess, anymore. We're both going to be on the Contender Series, and he was already there before. I've watched some tape on him now and stuff, so I know who he is now, and we're gonna get acquainted pretty soon.
What did you think of the matchup after you kind of looked at the tape and saw who he's fought and how he fought on the Contender Series last season?
I honestly think it's a pretty good matchup. We both like to stand up and fight. We both like to bang. We both have chins, so we'll see who's more durable. But when I first got it, I was like, oh man, 13-1 is a pretty scary guy, But watching the tape and stuff, he's just another man like me. So not too worried about it. Just gonna go out there, do my thing, and let it take care of itself.
Yeah, he fights very kind of similar, like you said, to Austin Lingo, where he's just going to come forward. He starts very fast, but he tends to fade fast as well, with his volume. And do you think you can kind of take what you learned from the Austin Lingo fight, present itself in this fight, and possibly, get that win and that contract?
Yeah, it's fresh on my mind too. Being it wasn't that long ago. It was about a month now since I fought, and yeah, he might be a little quicker than Lingo. I don't know if he hits harder than him. He seems to hit pretty hard, but a lot of guys on the regional scene, they're regional guys for a reason. So I got wins over quick guys like that too, and you know, this is the highest level, I guess, or this is our tryout for the highest level. So I'm excited to mix it up with him. I think it'll be a great fight, and if all goes well, if we go all 3 rounds, I can see us both getting the contract. Honestly, the way we fight, so like I think last week, two guys featherweights, Michael Aswell's fight. He fought in Fury like I did, and he didn't win the fight, but he got the contract too because those guys just threw down. So I do that every fight. So I think if it goes the whole fight, we'll both get a contract. Just the way I fight and the way he fights.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, you guys come to throw down. There's no backing up between the two of you. You're pretty much and it's gonna be a head-on collision right from the get-go. And I'm I'm expecting an all-out war, in this fight for 15 minutes because both of you guys are extremely durable. You seen how he went up against Gene Silva, who's now in the UFC and is absolutely like flatlining people.
Right.
So you know you're going to come into a war with him. Do you expect that kind of same fight as well?
He'd probably be a little better this time. You know, he's been training hard and working hard, but I'm not Gene Silva. I'm Cam Teague, so it's gonna be a different fight. And you know, just because he went the distance with that guy doesn't mean anything to me. You know, I think I can compete with those guys. So I'm going to prove myself, and we're going to find out September 24th if I can compete with those
Absolutely.
guys.
So who you getting some work in with over the last, week and a half, getting ready for this matchup?
I've been with my boxing coach Johnny. We went right back to it. I've been grappling pretty hard too. This fight, you know, you never know. Like I didn't expect last fight there'd be any grappling, but Lingo started trying to grab me and stuff. So, you know, you get in a firefight. You know, some people want to break here and there, but I'm in shape and running hard, getting right back in shape. So I'm ready. It's just 15 minutes I have to prepare for this time. I was ready for 25 minutes last fight like that if it went that way, but it didn't. So we'll see if Kevin's about it, and ready to go 15 minutes because I know I'll be there from the start of the round to the third round. I'll be there.
Do you like the short notice nature of getting the shot in the Contender Series more than having, a full camp and really having to be in your head about the matchup more? And it's kind of just, I'm already in camp. I just got out of a fight. I'm already fresh, ready to go. I'm ready to throw down whoever it is. Doesn't matter the time.
Right. I prefer a full camp, but you know that's not the cards I was dealt. So I said, whenever they call, I'll show. They called on these circumstances 3 weeks, about 3.5 weeks away. So I'm ready. I'm going to show. I'm going to throw down. I'm going to fight the way I always fight, and we'll see.
3.5 weeks is actually more than I thought you actually
Yeah.
got for the fight, because there's some people that kind of just were thrown into the mix. I think it was Nick Piccinini last week. He only got 10 days notice. So
Right.
getting at least 3 weeks, do you think that kind of helped you more than just taking it on like about a week or two notice?
Oh, definitely. I like my regional fights, amateur fights. You know, the guys down here, you don't really know who you're fighting anyways till like 3-4 weeks out. Sometimes a week of. Like a lot of my guys I fought have pulled out, and I just have to get ready for a new guy like the week of. So this is nothing new for me. Just a bigger platform, bigger stage. So there's a lot more pressure, I guess, but it doesn't really get to me that much. Every time I'm out there, when I step in the cage, it's all gone. So.
So what can we expect in this matchup? How do you see the fight playing out?
I would like to say, you know, I'm going to stay long, I'm going to stay technical and box with him and stuff, but you know, he's there for a reason, just like I am. He's pretty quick, so he'll probably hit me, and I'm going to hit him. So it'll probably be the best fight of the night, even though there's only 5 fights. But like I said, I think it's the type of fight that if it goes the distance, we both get a contract because I think we'll both leave it out there. And Kevin, he's a tough guy, and like, you know, we went the distance with Gene Silva. So that's what everybody's been talking about.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I'm excited for it. You know, I always wanted the tough fights, the hard fights. I never try to run from them. I always try to get them if I can. And last fight, I finally got a tough fight and is right back to it. So I think it's going to be tough from here on out for me. So I'm ready. I've been prepared for years as an amateur and years early on as I'm only a year and a half to my pro career, but I think to already be at this point is great because I've been trying. I was set a goal for myself to be in there before I'm 28, 27. You know, because I think your prime years of fighting is 29, 32. So I kind of want to get in there before then. So I got this opportunity. I just gotta go seize it.
absolutely, man. And I appreciate your time here. But before I let you go, I don't want to know if you have any, a message out there for your fans to tune in on Tuesday night.
Tune in, and you're gonna get the Cam Teague fight like every time you get. It's gonna be fight of the night, and we're gonna get that contract.
All right, man. I appreciate your time here. You
Thank
have a good
you.
one.
You too.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
You too.